Welcome to your End of the World Union reading for Halloween. Because I thought, you know what? Is spooky? Is really ooh. Boo. That is the end of the world. And that's what you step into with the twin flame union. Your harmonious twin flame union consciousness state prepares you to step more and more in the end of the world. Your personal experience of the end of your world, the world how you knew it, will definitely end. No, it's not that the earth will explode in a million pieces once you get into harmonious union or some form of so many days afterwards. No. But your experience of how the world was for you before will be ended. And that's pretty spooky. So I thought this was a very good Halloween-y theme. Also, you will become corrected towards the version of who you are supposed to be in union, completely aligned with the divine, your divine version of yourself. And they of them as well, which is the recipe for being happy with them right there and in full pleasure mode. Yeah. The inner peace will visit you there as a result of that judgment. So yeah, it's like the last judgment that we are all waiting for in very many religions and forms, or at the apocalyptic world end, is actually going to take place in an inner version of that, in a version that just corrects you to everything that you can be and aligning with that, which is only growing of your beingness and your abundance and just the extent of your enjoyment of your own life. That's going to grow there. We are certainly reminded with Halloween that we are all gonna die in our physical form. And I mean, I have been referring to the symbols of this reading, right? And this is, of course, the skull. We've talked about the judgment, so that's the scales. And we've talked about the peace, and that's the dove. But the skull is there too, really end of the world and Halloween-y theme. To have your little memento mori moment. It's a word combination from the Latin that means that you'll be reminded of the fact that you one day will die. But the point is, the connection with the twin flame journey is that you won't actually die. Because you're not the body. You are the spirit within that is already in union with the true twin flame, because it resides there permanently in that state. So, you will be revealed that in your end of the world twin flame experience, that we take in mind this Halloween and celebrate because we can. So yeah, I think we already sort of introduced the symbols to you, because that's what you're going to choose. You're going to choose one of the three symbols that I chose for this Halloween-y end of the world union reading. You're going to choose the skull, the scales, or if it speaks to you, the dove, or all of them, or two of them. I don't know, just how you feel it to be right for you. And then you go to the timestamp of your choice below in the description box and also in the pinned comment. You'll click that timestamp and you'll be transported to where your oracle card reading starts. For what that means for your experience in your union journey of your end of the world, and how knowing more about how that will unfold for you can actually help you move forward in your spiritual twin flame journey right now and be with the twin flame, the true twin flame, much sooner. So I hope to see you at your reading, and it will indeed inspire you. See you there. Make your choice. Welcome. You chose the skull for your Halloweeny end of the world reading. And we're going to learn more about what your end of the world experience of your union will be like. So that while you know it now, instead of later, when it happens, it will actually help you forward in your journey pretty quickly. And we start with some angels, angel cards, because the 72 angels of God wanted to help me with this reading, and it really felt very core to start with them. So these are angels that want to help you with your end of the world experience. Angel 11, Angel 25, Angel 42, and let's have a look in the book what they stand for. So Angel 11 is the praised God, Lahava, from the cherubim choir. The light of God, passionate love of divine work, cosmic organization, resilience and victory, devotion and trust, great wisdom and diplomacy, protection of rulers and leaders, balance, fame, celebrity, and success, business that is useful and beneficial to humanity, selflessness, goodness, and kindness, enthusiasm and joy, the light of God, the praised God, resilience, devotion, wisdom, balance. Yeah, it sounds very honorable, like a very honorable helper for your end of the world experience. No, Nujae, and from the angelic choir, the thrones, stands for esoteric disciplines, wisdom and love of study, protection from forces of evil, good health, understanding of the notion of time, discovery of the hidden mysteries of creation, visions and revelations from dreams, meditation, peace, solitude, and silence, magic used only for good purposes, desire for the well-being of others, spiritual charisma. Well, a very esoteric, spiritual, wise helping force, together with this beautiful, honorable help. And then you also have the God of virtue, is the name's meaning, Mayora, belonging to the angelic choir of the virtues, diplomacy and success in politics, heaven on earth. Well, that's beautiful. Social and spiritual organization, wise and provident planning, knowledge of good and evil, clarity and global vision, longevity, discovery of secrets and mysteries, natural authority, obedience and fidelity, presidentship, ministry, ambassadorship, consulship, management and teaching, travel, safety and security, protection from accidents. Wow, heaven on earth. That's just very impressive. Your heaven on earth angel and your wise esoteric angel and your very honorable helper angel. So for sure, your end of the world experience is going to be an experience in which you will be restored to your full self-respect and self-honor, because it is restoring your divine respect. And lots of mysteries will be opened up for you, because that's just really what that means, coming together with your true twin flame and together starting to walk in a direction of heaven on earth, because that's what that means. The end of the world experience will open up all kinds of wisdom that you and your twin flame will experience bodily and have revealed to you as an actual experience. And you are walking together in the direction of heaven on earth. That's a given. It's not a question. It's not some chance, 1 out of a trillion, that will actually happen. No. Your end of the world experience does result from your harmonious twin flame union state of consciousness that you will be moving into when you connect with a teacher that has it and do the correct inner work and be guided to it. And when you are in the state of consciousness of harmonious twin flame union, you will know who your true twin flame is, and you can start to slowly work towards being with them in the flesh. Together, you will experience so many more relational things between the both of you, aligned with the divine that flows through your core of your union, that will make an end, bring an end to the world as you knew it, and open up heaven on earth for you, because that comes together. Don't worry about that. That is where you will be going through the experience of the world ending for how it was for you. And that may sound pretty spooky still. And it is also true that some things will be left behind that were actually kind of spooky and negative, if you will. Halloweeny. And that's why we're going to get some vampire cards for you. And this is the one that already came out for you very quickly. Natural. Authentic, organic. It is a natural progression for you to go there. Don't worry about it. But it can be sad too. Or melancholic. You need to indeed let go of a lot of things, and you might be sad about that. This one is called the Maenade, and that's a mythical creature that dances melancholic, ecstatic dances in the forest. So the natural thing is for you to let go of dark things. It's a purification process, after all. It truly is. That's what it is all about. And that is also how that earth comes to you, which is like the union version of earth. after the end of the world that was the ego version of Earth. And that new version is logically opening up when you've been purified of these things. Because it brings you in connection with the Creator. This card says Creator. Catalyst, Creator, Father, Mother. And the original way of how you were created starts to come through you. And that creates that new world. You're actually meant in a certain way. You're actually created as a soul in a certain vibration. And to be and portray a certain form and function in the world. And that's what you will be restored into through this process of letting go and purification. And it might just all come as a surprise, like you didn't know that it was this. You didn't know that it was this what was going to come out of you. And that's just the whole interesting thing about this journey. So you don't need to be afraid of that. And we're now going to get some cards of the Oracle of Change. They're full of mythological stories. This one was moving, so we get that one. Amphitrite. That is the sea goddess, and she brings you a blessing. So all of these changes of the letting go actually means that you'll connect to the original version of how you're meant to be and live, and that's a blessing. It's a true blessing for you. It's not bad at all. The end of the world is a good experience, not a bad one. Just put your interpretation of it in the right way. Because, your experience of time may end because you're going to live in the now, which is eternal. Your experience of the world may change because you will see it very differently. And that's not about seeing. Suddenly I can see that famous people in the world are all Satanists and they belong to the Saturn death cult. I have an article about that on my website blog. Oh, that's actually not what that is, although that's part of seeing more of stuff. But you will see the world in a completely new light that is actually beyond that one. Beyond that one. You'll see the world as loving. What about that? What about that revelation? That includes the other one, but is a deeper version of that even. And now we're going to look into the oracle of Mary Magdalene. Intimacy. It makes intimacy possible when you arrive there with the blessing of Amphitrite. It's a true blessing to let go of the old world. It's a true blessing to go beyond death because you become your eternal version of yourself. Yes, in the flesh right now, but you'll also start to slowly experience that that doesn't really matter. If you're living now in this lifetime or in between lifetimes or in the next lifetime, because it will all the time be the same for you. And now we get a message from Divine Mother, Our Lady of Sacred Union, showing you that beyond the world and your attachments to it, there is union. A union that is actually being lived. So when you say that that's what you want, then you actually will get the end of the world. That's what you're calling in. But people don't understand that usually, which is understandable. But you're actually calling in your own end of the world. Experience. In your experiential field, in your perception. Not the world, the earth exploding or something. That's not what that is. Divine Mother says there is a conflict occurring within you, and perhaps you see this reflected in your world. There are warring opposites trying to find a way to be together in peace. It is not because you are doing something wrong, it is because you are doing something right. You are growing. I will keep you safe. I will ensure you find a way by which all can function in harmony. Trust me as I guide you into sacred union within yourself and with the world around you. Do not give up, beloved. Harmony will find its way into your heart soon. Right. Divine Mother knows that on your journey to heaven on earth, you will actually go through this phase in which there will be conflict. Because things change. Because the world, as you knew it, is ending for you. And people don't understand you anymore. And you don't understand why on earth you before liked these neighbors or liked doing this activity, or why on earth you went to this church all the time where you are mistreated, or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with examples. And that is because in the end of the world experience, you are being asked to only choose for your divine alignment, only choose for heaven on earth, and that's it. And it will be revealed to you who is all against that and who doesn't want you to go there and what doesn't fit that and who will wage war at you because you chose that. You choose the ultimate good, and there are people that are against that. And you will get to know who they are. So in a sense, in the first instance, you will get to see that the conflict seems to be growing. Until you understand that there is no conflict. It was just the old version of you that is still attached to those relationships that feels sad about the fact that they don't understand you. That feels conflicting in a sense until you slowly let that go. Just like when you hold something, a coal that is fired up and it's incredibly hot. So at a certain moment you just let that go because it hurts too much. Well, that's how you will let go of these conflicts. No need to hold on to it. You'll just let it go because it's too hot to hold on to. And then you reveal to yourself that you exist without that conflict. And that is the peaceful place that's meant for you to live. No matter how much the world around that is waging war or something. They're waging war against themselves. You're not part of that anymore. And that is how you become an example. And other people will eventually also follow you because of that. But at first, it may feel strange, as if you're actually creating more. Conflict. But that's just seemingly so. That is because you were already unknowingly thinking you were in peace, entrenched in these conflicts. And now they become conscious so that they can leave. That's actually all. The delusion is leaving you. This is the divine abundance cards. The delusion is clearly leaving you. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. So you will actually also get into delusions and conflicts when you have the intention to go to your true twin flame in heaven on earth, but you don't surrender into it. That is another way where you get into conflicts and the delusions will go away out of you. So you will, in other words, start to surrender. What about that? Sounds good, no? Oh, 2 of them? Well, why not? All right, one at a time to show. Energetic clearing. Well, that's what that is. During crises, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. This is the goddess Kali, is black or blue as well, goddess of death. You had the skull, and she has this necklace of skulls. And she tramples on this dead body under her feet. She clears the stuff out for you. It's a very scary, scully goddess. And that's what will happen. You will let go of all of these attachments. And they will be reduced to skulls. And you will experience that before you truly walk into your heaven. And then slowly forget about that scully experience. That was just in between. Your karma will be resolved there as well. So true. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Seeing that, so happy. You will release the karma of all lifetimes that you accumulated throughout times and places and everything. And yeah, you'll just let go of everything. That's why we speak about that. When you go in that direction, you go to your end of the world experience. Because all your karma of all other lifetimes and whatever it is, and before the now in this lifetime too, will be cleared. And that's why the whole world is ending now for you. And that's good. That's good. Just let it go. Let it move through you and let it go. And the dragon fae say that you will be protected. They will protect you so that you can fly high. And we have this dragon and nice fae, the friend, and here we have this nice, what are they called? Dragonflies, which to me is also a twin flame sign. So you're protected. The dragon fae will protect you while you make that transition. So don't worry about that. It will all happen. You will experience it. But eventually it will pass and you'll enter heaven. It's true. So let's see what the Roses Oracle of the Roses says about it. Sacred oneness. That's what you will be entering in heaven. Love yourself, relationships. the Blessed One. You're blessed when you move through your end of the world experience. You're answering the call. You are showing your leadership, standing in your own power, and you start to collect the gifts of the soul. So true. And I say so true because I've experienced this, right? Let's see if the angels, I saw these move. Angel answers have something to say here. Oh, there are 3 of them. No. Peaceful resolution. Ask your angels. So it does feel to me as though they're like taking this movement we've been talking about for you again and repeating, like there are things that are going to be a no for you and they'll fall away. And that will all be peacefully resolved. And your angels are also helping you with that. So that'll be no problem. You see? And we do an Egyptian card. Or maybe even more than one. Depends on it. Oh, I have 2. Well, there we go. That is, this dry place is of course your desert. You have to move through your desert experience. That is the end of the world as you knew it. Yeah, a place full of dryness and a metaphor for emotions that have run its course by now. Research how much you're holding on to illusions, potentially. Something or someone that holds you back from growth will disappear out of your life. Idea for an exercise: write down what does not serve you anymore and offer it to the fire of transformation. Great plan. You can do that right now. So it will be a great transformation. We've now seen that through a couple of card decks. And you will be so supported and so, helped through it. So back. Personification of fundamental fear and survival. Take the time to research a fear that is holding you back. You will see that your first chakra, your root system, becomes more powerful. Meditation idea: feel the high vibration of love in your heart and place your fear inside of it. This creature, it's like such a prehistoric creature or something, so interesting. Oh, I felt it was as if there was a flow of wind here. Yeah, so all these angels and stuff that we're talking about, the helpers and the dragon fae, they're truly here for you. That's what that meant. And that is the deepest point I can bring you with this reading, and that these things are true. This transformation is true, but the help is also true. You will move through this, and it will be the best thing that you've ever done. And you will gain so much wisdom, and the purification will look so good on you. And it will be so supported. Yeah. So, I hope This helped. Love from Petra. You chose the scales, and we are going to have a look into what is going to happen for you in your end of the world experience when you come together with your twin flame. And let me see, what I feel guided for you to do is to focus a little bit on the Egyptian deck. They do have a lot of scales in their mythology. And the idea is that once you're dead, your soul will be weighed on the scales against the feather of justice. And yeah, that's really the question. If that works out well for you there, right? And if not, your soul will be eaten by a big monster. So your life ends, your eternal life ends. You lost your soul, which is also a concept in the religion of Catholicism, for instance, that you lost your soul when you have sinned too much, and that will be judged when you're dead. Now, when you're with your true twin flame, you're not waiting for your death. You're just waiting for harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state, and then to walk together in the direction of your heaven on earth. And in that experience, you might have an inner, in your heart, experience of the scales, how they turn out for you right now without being dead, without the need to be dead, just in the now. And to see what the corrections potentially are that actually bring you more into alignment with your true union, your harmonious union, and the life that you can have with them. So that's a happy occurrence when you feel that happening in your heart, when you make all these movements towards harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state, and beyond together with them. It's a happy occurrence when it happens in the heart, because it will align you better and will be more peace. The Egyptian cards gave me this one. Well, this well is a deep, dark, how can I translate that? Well, that goes deep into the earth. See that you are more than only the role that you are playing. You will free yourself of something or someone that keeps you small. Visualization idea, throw all your identities and identifications that you are not, in truth, in a well that you are thinking of, a well in your thoughts. Because you're more than only the role you are playing. You're more than your identifications. Much more than that. Interesting. Which is some sort of a purifying experience, right? Of the scales. And it seems like this card is asking you to... I feel this one. Maybe another one too. This one. It is as if the card says you can give that to yourself, the experience of the scales, the experience of correcting yourself, that you're much more than roles. And you can move consciously towards that place in your heart where the scales are, where you can see that you can align yourself so much better with what you truly are when you throw your identifications and the roles that you're actually not, essentially not, in that well. so that you're rid of them. We also have the Sphinx with the lion in the sky. Mythical being, the keeper of the mysteries, realize that your animal nature is able to be expressed or suppressed, depending on what you choose. A mystery will be revealed to you in or outside of yourself. Meditation idea: visit the heart of the Sphinx and experience what it does to you. And we have Sekhem. Fiery life energy. Throw yourself full of passion into whatever you do. Whatever you would want to do most. You will experience flow and everything will become much more easy. Visualization idea: let a beaming sun rise from your lower back to your crown at the back of your body. Very interesting. So who you truly are is more like the Sphinx, like this mythological creature that is the true you in union, that can't be logically explained, that is a mystery in itself, a living mystery that you just step into. It's just your true being. And it has everything to do with the true fire in you. That is where your fiery life energy truly burns. In stepping into that version of you that is just the mysterious true you, that you don't need to explain, you can't explain, you can't make it. You're just a thought in the mind of God. And you just walk around being the thought in the mind of God, expressing yourself for whatever you are. And that's it. Whether people think something about it or judge you, or is the judgment again, but in a negative way. Or nobody sees you, you never speak anyone anymore for the rest of your life, doesn't matter. Your twin flame will come to you anyway. You are your unique being. There's no way to not be it, because you are it. Your twin flame will manifest next to you when you do the correct twin flame inner work with a true teacher that has the state of consciousness, so that they can pass it on to you like as if it's a flame that passes to you. You are that mysterious being. Nevertheless, it doesn't matter what is around you or that anyone is against it. Everyone is against it, for that matter. It doesn't matter. You're already it. It just needs to come about. It just needs to erect itself. It just needs to become present and seen and in the light. And that will also attract your true twin flame when it is in the light and when you're not hiding. Because then they can see that it's you, because otherwise they can't see that it's you. And then things will become easy as well. That's true. That's what this card said. The sun will come up. So stop the stopping of artificial identifications, of thinking that you have a role and you need to do this, you need to do that, and if you behave correct, then it's right, and then you will have your twin flame. No. Your end of the world experience will simply be that you'll throw all of that in a well to never be seen again. You're like away with that. I don't let myself be restricted anymore by ideas of I need to be this, I need to be that. It is just the taking away, the purification that is needed is the taking away of these restrictions so that you will become who you truly are. And you don't know what that is yet, which is also the right attitude to get it. That you don't know yet what that is. It's like a flame. You don't know yet how it will flicker up. You don't know. But one day your flame will be kindled and it will flicker up and then you know, and that's you. In its beauty and rawness and not restricted by unnatural identifications, which are all unnatural. It's really so interesting. My whole life's work has been based on the fact that you are already someone and something. You just need to take away the impediments. Creative coaching was based on it. Soul coaching was based on it. Twin flame coaching is now based on it, with all of that other thing inside of it. Some things that I did, how I got here to work with you via the online media. Yeah, this is truly a transformation. But not into a fantasy someone, not in a way that you, in a very precise way, control your transformation. No, you don't control it. It's about taking away what you're not and what you were never. So let's get some vampire cards for Halloween. For you, rebel, tumultuous, turnaround. Yeah. So you are the rebel, in a sense, that you're not going to be what the world says that you need to be. You are going to be what you are in divine light. And that will rebalance your scales. That is the one that will rebalance your scales. And that's what you will experience in your end of the world experience, where the world as you knew it will die for you. For you in your union experience. And you might be sad about that. The Maenad is a ecstatic dancer in the forest that has this melancholic grief dance because of what she is letting go of. But that brings you your authentic self, your natural self. In the end. The Dragon Fae wants to chime in. This one was jumping. So there we go. The Keeper of Time, you have time, this dragon assures you that there's no hurry. This is a process. This is a movement. It'll be okay. Time, the experience of time can be even like custom made for you. Your end of the world experience will be accompanied by that time will change for you. Your experience of time will change. Well, first of all, because time will stop existing, you'll step into your now. But even that is not suddenly, like on Monday at noon, time changes and it disappeared. That was the change. And that's it. There will never be a 10 minutes after 12 anymore for you. No, like metric time. No, that's right. The measurement of time will still exist as a way to just divide the day and the week and stuff. And that can be handy. But in your experience in your heart, time has changed into non-existent because you stepped truly into your now. And that's really a true experience. And it will be permanent. It's a healing. It's a miracle. The miracle that you want. You step into your eternal version of yourself. And that will make you experience everything differently. But in that process to get there, this timekeeper tells you that your experience of time can also become custom made for what you are going through in your experience of transformation. Some things may feel slower, some things may feel quicker. And everything is just custom made for how it fits you and your journey. And that's how you'll experience time. And this Dragon Fae helps you with that, guides you into that, guarantees you that, is about that. And that's true. I can attest to that. Time has changed for me. In very many ways, it has become slower. It has become quicker too. It is really hard to explain. I stepped in the now at the same time. It seemed forever in a certain healing phase after harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state. But at a certain time, it was also done in a second. And I became younger in the process instead of older. My metabolism worked the other way around. I got to a better place with my health, even though I grew like 5 years older, as we say, in linear time. It was very interesting. Yeah, it's truly how that works. So let's see what Divine Mother herself is saying about all of this, because I always work with her. The background of every reading and everything I say and everything that we do. Our Lady of the Ocean of Rebirth. It's really an experience of rebirth for you. That's true. It's not just, oh, the end of the world. Everything will be undone. Who I thought I was is no longer. I understand that my twin flame is going to walk next to me. But it seems like nothing is existing anymore. Not sure I like that. No, that's not what it is. It's a rebirth. Things will be born into their ultimate version of themselves. That's good news. Divine Mother says, I champion your growth, always. I know when hard edges are best be softened, and when it is time for you to receive reward for efforts made. Allow me to help you release a karmic pattern so that you can now be reborn into new consciousness. Allow me to help you heal your life from the inside, that the outside may change and reflect your inner beauty and spiritual light. I am bringing you assistance now, that a force beyond your control may be softened, and your successful growth assured. Now, the Oracle of Change is also a lot about rebirth. Let's see. The Frog Princess. Listen to wise counsel. On this journey, listen. Ask guidance. Do what it says. And the Mary Magdalene Oracle says, the resurrection, that's actually what this is. It's the resurrection for you. You'll be resurrected in the ultimate version of you, of your twin flame, of your union. And the world also will be revealed to you in a new way. It actually didn't necessarily disappear. It just became very different. Very different. Because with your resurrected experience, it truly is different. Because you experience it different, you see it different. It will react different to you. And it also did change because you went into the ultimate transformation. And your beingness contributes to the whole of the earth in that way. And that does make the world different. It's your contribution to the transformation of the world. Ending the world for yourself is your contribution to the healing of the world. And the Oracle of the Roses says, this is your crowning. Initiation. Rebirth. We already had the rebirth, right? Well, this is it again. Rebirth. Just stating it a couple of times in different card decks, right? Same for you. Yeah, rebirth. Rebirth, okay. That's what it will be for you. So it might in very many aspects seem as if things are gonna die. But it's actually a rebirth of what is valuable for you, what is the truth for you, what works for you. So let's see in the abundance, divine abundance cards, the inner child. That's really sweet. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. Your inner child is just going to be acknowledged and play an important role in your rebirth. And your worth will be shining. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Acceptance. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. That's a nice new aspect of the idea that you are going to be judged or corrected into your ultimate version. But since that is your natural self, that you actually already are, it is also a radical acceptance of that which you already were anyway, all along. Now we're going to look for you in the Golden Tarot. Let's see. Yeah, so what will be this experience at the end of the world for you? I have one card. Let's see, one more wants to come out. And is there like a closing off for you possible, so that we'll know where this is like going for you? Okay. The Two of Swords in reverse. So normally it looks like this. So this is like a closed heart and the need to make a decision. And here, maybe you felt forced to make the decision a little bit, but you took it. And the other one is the Two of Pentacles with the eternity or infinity sign. So it does tell me that it was hard to let go. It is hard for you to let go of the identifications with who you thought you were. But once you finally make the decision, you'll step into the infinity version of you and you'll flow with it. And you finally feel like, oh, now I stepped into just the flow of life. And I can't imagine that I was so resistant to it before. And this is just what I am. And now I finally accept it. And I understand the true worth of it. My inner child is here, alive and well, always. This is my rebirth. And I pray for you that that goes for you like that you allow yourself to surrender into that. And I hope that this helped. Love from Petra. You chose the Dove of Peace for your end of the world Halloweeny twin flame reading. So let's see what kind of maybe peace for the dove, for the peace dove, can be playing a role on your experience of how you are going to walk together with your true twin flame into the gate of the end of the world. Because that's what it is. It's really a gate. A gateway towards becoming all that you can be with your true twin flame completely in union. And that's, of course, a fully rounded experience. And that's where we get this round, beautiful start for you of your reading, and as the start, I'm going to get a couple of letters, numbers, symbols, who knows? And let's see. I'm just going to move it a little bit more, and then my hand will just grab a few, guided by spirit. There we go. So we have an X, and a G, a P, an A, a B, an S, a U, a smiley face, a V. Now this is interesting because I usually do letters and numbers at the end. But now we're just starting with it because, you know, something else. We're on a different bus. So maybe you're just on your journey towards the end of the world experience. The end of the world experience. The world won't explode, but your sense of how you experienced the world before will become ultimately and completely different because of your desire to walk with your twin flame together in the direction of your heaven on earth, which of course includes your consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. And you will be experiencing that you're going to bridge that gap, because there is a pretty big gap there, you know, that you have to bridge from being on your own, not being in union nor in harmonious union consciousness, not in union consciousness, and then seeing that later on you could walk with your true twin flame hand in hand into heaven on earth. That's a pretty big gap in vibrational distance, in like experiential field difference, however you want to call it. And that needs to be bridged. And there's a lot of transformation that takes place there, which is not bad or difficult or whatever. It's just how it is. It's just a fact. It's just good to know that there is a gap and you need to close it. And you will close it, you know, with the right support and the right community and the right guidance and the right tools and the right methods and the right attitude, the right Halloweeny heart with which you understand that there is a pretty much an end going to be for how your heart felt like it was going to experience life into something else. It's like a turn around of the heart, really. Turn around of the heart. Yeah, maybe that's it for you. But, you know, might still sound pretty creepy, but you will become happy through it. You will become the happy emoticon. Huh. Yeah, we could make something of this, which is going to be Vox. Isn't that like a little bit like a half Latin word for voice or something? I don't know. I'm just making that up, making shit up here. Well, that's what we do with the letters and numbers. I make shit up. But now I've used all the letters, and we have three-letter words. You're just finding your voice with your heart turned around on your bus journey to bridge your gap. So that's what I'm having here: bus, gap, and Vox. And the happy chap. Because you are going towards your happiness. Don't be mistaken about that. The end of the world sounds pretty graphic and stuff, but you are going towards your happiness. In your true happiness, in your union alignment, you don't know anymore how anything looks. You're just happy, and that's the core of things. That's where you get your energy, that's where you get your healing, that's where you get your connection. That's where you get your money to flow to you. That's where you get your relationship. That's where your twin flame appears to you. That's where you get everything. So we're going pretty much to the hardcore here. Hardcore. We're going hardcore to the heart, which means to the core. And Divine Mother wants to tell you something in the form of Our Lady of Manifest Miracles. Through the heart, the miracles come to you. Love seeks to manifest through you, as you. It is not only your spirit that is to be blessed by love, but your body and your life too. You are meant to live a reality of divine love. You are meant to experience the presence of the divine in everyday life. Your spiritual life and material existence are not destined to be separate, but rather to be united, enhancing each other, infusing each other with love in sacred relationship. My miracles are not limited to the world of spirit. They manifest in the material world as signs that divine love is alive in the here and now. Will you be a willing channel for my miraculous manifestations? So what is your answer? Are you going to say yes to that? Are you going to say yes to the transformation, the turnaround of the heart, through which the world vanishes? Some cards fell on the floor here. It was from the Golden Tarot. Just fell on the floor. Okay. Open, so it wants to be seen. This is your infinite version of yourself. Your eternal version of yourself. Wants to be seen here. Wants to be seen. So we're going to look into the Oracle of the Roses. We are nature. Rooting, embodying, living in relationship. It's just a matter of your heart being at home in its own nature, which is nature. We are nature. Our flesh is nature. We're animals in that sense. But the heart is also the gateway, the sacred gateway to everything spiritual. It's flesh and spirit at the same time. Both layers in one. And the ultimate version of that is the twin flame union experience. Thorn. Protection. Boundaries. Straight communication. Through that gate of the heart, through which your entire heaven on earth experience of your twin flame union will be birthed, you will get also this clarity, boundaries, through the thorn experience. And everyone will have their thorn experience, whichever shape it takes for you, uniquely you. It can be this, it can be that. It can be big or small in the eyes of another, but in your eyes, it will be just perfect for you. It will be how you transform and become natural. become the true you. This is the vampire card of your authentic, organic self. And there is always a foreign experience to make that true you come out. And another vampire, which is the outsider, which is some sort of a person that did not have societal success in a sense, but actually is all the more unique in its own right and just stands directly under God, being themselves, and that's it. That's what you could be. That's what you're called to be, and nothing less. And there can be a big longing for that. A huge longing. And also from other people. It might sound weird, but you know, the outcast actually in society is then also again envied by the people that strictly live the logical results of our society, and that's it. They don't feel a calling to go with their true twin flame to their heaven on earth. They've never heard of that. But they'll actually look at you and you'll be like a sign of the divine for them. And they may convert. Bringing something across with the twin flames. Spreading of your influence, impact. Well, didn't I just say that? They might convert, if you want to call it like that, to the twin flame. To knowing that that is also their inner truth, because it's everyone's inner truth, because it's just being human on the deepest level. Let's get some cards of the angel answers. So show me which cards we need for this group that chose the peace dove. Yeah, I saw one. Choose a new direction. To make more inner peace come true. More of that new world that will be born through the gate. After your old world has passed away. Well, that is a new direction in itself. You are showing a new direction to that old world that has gone away for you. When they look at you, they will see a new direction of life that will shock them. You'll truly be a sign of God for them. Get more information. And the healing cube of Metatron. No. Get more information and know. Well, while we were talking about how your influence after your old world has passed away for you. And you became an influence for other people now, a sign for other people now to know that God exists and twin flames are real. So they need more information to change their no to a new direction. Because people will say, for some, it will be very inspiring because they see you as a sign of God, but they will also potentially be having a strong no. Look at that exclamation mark. They might be having a strong no. This happens all the time. They don't know themselves on the inside, so they will have a strong no. And this is how you know that they need it all the more. They're the most desperate cases of no connection with who they truly are, themselves deep inside. A twin flame, desiring to go to twin flame union. Let's look into the Egyptian cards. Can we have more clarity about this? Is this group going to be like having such an influence on the world when they truly have gone through that sacred gate, this whole experience of their end of the world, being in harmonious twin flame union, walking together with their true twin flame in the direction of perfection, and keep on walking and walking, and therefore going through this gate fully of the experience, right, of their world has truly ended. They end up in a new sort of thing, which is actually their heaven, and how the rest of the world then sees them, or what their role is in that sort of old world. Osiris, well, they're the king now of that new world and of the old world. Osiris, the Lord of abundance. We speak of twin flame abundance for a reason. The God of rebirth and renewing. Take in your space. Show yourself in your true size. Spiritual growth lets you resurrect and become one with your divine self. Visualization idea. Let your light body grow and become vast. You'll become a huge version of yourself, your divine version of yourself. That's huge, that's big in so many ways. It has a huge impact. Yeah, it just became more clear that it's a huge impact. When you go through your experience of the end of the world, you'll have a huge impact because you grow and you become, well, your true size, and you take in space, and people will feel that your presence in the world really makes other people, well, scream no, but also something becomes clear to them even when they scream no. The Sphinx, a mystery, a mythical creature, the keeper of the mysteries. Understand that you can suppress or express your bodily animal nature. A mystery will become solved in or outside of yourself. Meditation idea. Visit the heart of the Sphinx and experience what it does to you. Yeah, the heart. We're going to the heart of the Sphinx, the heart of the mythical creature. Well, to the outsider, the union, the twin flames in union are a sort of a mythical creature, isn't it? They're two in one. They are a mythical, original mythological creature itself. They are the Sphinx itself. And you will speak oracles and you will speak wisdom. So the Twin Flaming Union is, in a sense, the keeper of the mysteries. It is the sign in the world. The Sphinx was part of the world, society, as a sign of divine presence. And you will be a sign of divine presence, both in your animal nature as well as in your wisdom nature. In your deepest spiritual beingness, that will be brought forward, and in your animal nature too, that will be part of the world. That's part of how you are visible. Well, we're going to see if there's an angel that wants to help you with all of that. Angel 5. Angels of God, 72 Angels of God, number 5. God the Savior, Meheshi, stands for correction of errors, restoration of divine order, love of freedom, peace, enjoyment of simple and natural things, balance, diplomacy and wisdom, straightening that which grows distorted, learning, especially learning languages, and success in exams, decoding signs received in dreams and daily life, improvement of character, beautiful and happy existence. God the Savior, that's the name translated. Yeah, and one of the ways you become corrected is by taking in your true role in the world towards whomever you meet. Because you take in your true size. Very interesting experiences we get for you here. Yeah, it feels very intimate and then at the same time so impactful in the world. Very interesting reading. As if you're going to be like this world leader or something through making come true your twin flame union. Very interesting. So now we have a dragon fae, but it flew on the floor. And it is Melusine, love who you are. Emphasizing again the idea that you really need to love yourself for this development. And that's how you can be in a role for other people and for the world. That's the whole point. And Lady Alfreda came out too. Judgment will, or no, justice. Justice will reign. That's how it translates. Justice will reign through your self-love, through accepting your true size, through accepting that you have an imprint to make on the world, on other people. Very interesting reading. Just bridging the gap in the heart, and that is just, it's just going to do so much. If you accept your end of the world experience, everyone may benefit. You have to choose 2 cats, 2 kitty cats, just like 2 pumpkins. Okay, you have to choose. You have to choose this. You can't stay where you're now and at the same time be with your true twin flame in harmonious union, go through the door of the heart, through the sacred gate, towards your end of the world experience and beyond, and be the leader that you can be in that new world. You can't stay where you're now and at the same time arrive there. You have to choose. You can't keep everything the same and at the same time move forward there to that reality. You have to choose. It seems about time for you to really choose that. Very interesting. The mermaid of going deeper. Complete passion for something that you dive into. That's what we need from you here. And I hope that that is the sign that you're actually going to do that. Certainly seems like it. And it certainly seems like that's your advice. So, I love that for you. Just go all in with everything that you are, do, and have, with all your time and energy and resources. Dive in. Dive in. Go in relationship. Go to the community, to the teacher, to the methods, to the helping resources and support. You don't need to do this alone. Oh, wow. I'm really impressed by your reading. Yeah. What a heartfelt turnaround of the heart. Yeah. Yeah, I want for you to keep at that. It will change a lot for the better. To go to the beyond the end of the world space, where the heart is all that matters instead of the world. So I hope this helped. Love from Petra.